Alright, I don't really even care anymore, so I kind of like the foot away look. I'm just gonna go for it. I might have this angled up a little bit, so we'll see. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I just wanted to talk to social media or try and do some kind of marketing right now because I just don't feel like I'm my authentic self online, really. So what I'm feeling is just like I'm teaching people how to do, or I'm running a production company, really. The marketing part, I don't feel like I'm the greatest at. You know, we do some marketing, but it's mostly like authentic kind of work that, like the legacy work is really what it is. But anyway, that's not what I'm trying to talk about right now. What I'm trying to talk about is I'm just going to read some prompts and just kind of go through it and talk about some of the things that I feel, because wow, so my kids are running upstairs and I'm not sure, or I know it's Jude running upstairs, not my kids. Jude's the only one that can walk, so he's the only one that can run. There is a lot of stuff that I do want to like go through and do, but right now I just want to be as authentic as I can to social media, to, well, not social media. It's so funny, I'm like talking about social media like it's a person or a thing, but it's actually just a lot of people I know, and a lot of people that I've kind of met through, you know, this world. Through the journey, and just I randomly stumble across people on the internet, which is amazing, which is crazy. That's how you find people nowadays. But it is what it is. But so what do I do actually every day? I work with UpFire. So UpFire is a company that one of my best friends started up, and we had a great opportunity to work with some amazing influencers, and you know, through the time and working through the industry and podcasting industry, which is like a crazy kind of industry. I mean, it's a great industry, and I think everyone should be involved or whatever with it, but it's definitely a changing and evolving brand new industry, which is incorporating or just having everybody be a part of it. Or it's an industry that inspired me a long time ago, but then when I got into it, it wasn't as large as it is to now. When I got into it, it wasn't as big as it is today, but it's see, I think I kind of get nervous a little bit in front of the camera. I don't know why I get nervous in front of the camera, but I know that it's going to take time like this to actually do things. I know that like it's a weird thing with social media too, because I feel like I know I'm a little slighted towards introvert, and I mean that's just a limiting belief, right? But I do believe we have our own personalities, and that part of the personality is mine. But I'm not completely introverted, just slightly introverted. But I do get anxiety on social media, which is weird. I don't know why. So sharing my own things has been a challenge. But anyway, I do feel like I need to put my authentic self out there. So that's why I'm answering these questions. I'm going backwards because I'm not even answering the first question, which is weird. So this is dumb. I mean, at least I'm trying, right? So here's what I actually do every day. I work with UpFire. I've done a lot of the COO building procedures, started on the ground level with Eric building UpFire, and we did some amazing stuff. We reached millions of people, and it's amazing. I mean, I can't even believe how many people we've touched with our podcasts. And it's not that these are just numbers and comments and things that I'm reacting to. It's not me trying to hype up myself, but it's actually unbelievable for me to even realize like the amount of times things that I've created or helped create, how far it's gone and what it's done and the impact and all that stuff. And I say that because I get impacted by the stuff that I create too. And it's not me. It's not, I'm not the person creating it. I'm actually helping produce it. So I'm helping people build their legacies online. And that's what UpFire's been for a real long time. And well, since the beginning, that's what we've been doing. And I'm very proud of the work that we've done. And we've built the company, and it's been changing, and even people in the company that have moved on are doing amazing, great things, and even bigger things. So it's amazing. Just the impact that we've had on the industry and the industry's had on us. But day to day, I'm building the procedures. I'm working with influencers, helping capture their art, their dialogues, their conversations, their teachings, their learnings on camera, live, and then we produce it and to all of the different videos and all the different ways, and then we help market it. We don't market it completely, but we provide all of the tools for the marketing, and sometimes we do post on YouTube. So I have become, a YouTube specialist because I've worked with YouTube and loaded up several videos that have gotten thousands and thousands of views. It's quite amazing. But I've done a lot of the operator stuff, and Eric moved on, not necessarily moved on, but became the owner. Well, he's always been the owner. And we've always had even though it's not in writing, there's always the intention of this company was always being co-owned by a group of individuals, amazing people that I love. And but he's moved on to just owner and not the CEO, which he was the CEO for a really long time. But I've always been the operator, but lately I've been working more as a CEO. But I also work on the ground. It's so interesting because even the way that Eric explains his job as CEO is like he's CEO, but he's also the one sweeping the floors, and that's like a perfect example of everybody that's worked with UpFire is just amazing and does everything, and that's incredible. But the podcast industry is changing, so with AI and all of that, and I've also spent a lot of my time with AI and using AI and integrating AI into everything that I'm doing. And that's been a big passion of mine too, is just learning AI, because I understand the impact that it's having on this industry and on every industry. And I mean, really everything in the world. And it's absolutely amazing, the impact of AI. And so that's like a really big passion of mine too, is just learning AI. And I haven't even shared like anything on social media about me liking AI. I haven't even shared an article about AI, but I read articles all the time. I listen to all the podcasts. Not all the podcasts. That's ridiculous. But I've listened to several podcasts and about AI and taking courses and just all this stuff. I absolutely love AI, and including like creating my own GPTs that work with me every single day. I've built using my AI, like my AI is like an ultimate business partner, and right now I'm working to clone myself, which I know that's like a big thing that a lot of people are doing, but I've done a lot to do that, and I do kind of want to share a little bit about the cloning with the people, just to let you in on what I'm doing and how I'm using AI, because it's amazing, because I do have a passion for AI and also sharing my whole experience and what I learned and stuff like that about AI with the audience. And I'm not even sure if this is still rolling, but I'm still going to go for it. I think what I have been doing an all right job with, just all right, is showcasing myself personally, my music, which is a big part of what I'm trying to do, or actually like the biggest, like, music is a huge part of my life. Like, it has given me so much meaning. And a lot of this podcast stuff too is like also gives me meaning, because I've just had a hard time. I mean, everyone has a hard time, I think. I think everyone has their own stuff that they're going through, so I'm not special in that. But I do acknowledge that you know, I felt some feelings, and music helped me get past feeling depressed and all that stuff. But also what I've connected to with a lot is like psychology, self-improvement stuff. A lot of what Tony Robbins says. I mean, I've studied Tony for a real long time. Me and Eric studied Tony together, and we even started a podcast over 10 years ago that we only shared with friends before all of these businesses that we created. We used a lot of the philosophies of some of the great teachers that we have to build a course for people to help themselves, based out of a lot of, what Tony Robbins does and other people, philosophers, psychologists that we've came across. So we all integrated that into a course, and yeah, that's amazing that we did that almost 12 years ago, which is insane. The last 10 years have been wild for me, and I think that that's what I've captured on social media the most, is a lot of what's happened in the last 10 years, which I haven't captured much, but what I have captured is, me being struck by meaning, so much life, so much love, discovering love, but just finding love through my wife. And wow, it's been amazing. It has been amazing. Even though it's challenging sometimes, it's absolutely amazing. And we have 2 children, and I love my wife so much. And the amount of meaning that my children give me is just incredible. And I mean, I recommend that to people. Like, if you can have kids, it's the most challenging thing that I've ever done, but also the most rewarding thing by far. it almost feels like everything that I've done with music, all the songs that I've written up until this point, were directed towards one thing, and that was this love that I found through the people that I've met, but also through my wife, and then my children, my family, and then just, yeah, I'm grateful. But what I do actually every day, I mean, I'm recording podcasts every day with UpFire. I'm writing music. I'm recording music. I'm hanging out with family. I'm playing songs. A lot of the stuff that you see, I'm playing songs with my kiddos. You've seen that. But, when I'm hard and locked in work, I'm building UpFire, learning how to integrate AI into our tools, but also maintaining the authenticity. And that's the thing. And it's just because that's the level that we have to compete at this point. I think that AI makes a bunch of shit, but if you use it properly, you can actually create some gold, I think. So, but that's the authenticity that you bring forward. You can't ask it for authenticity. I think a lot of the AI creations that are being made is kind of, it's I hate to say this, but it's like soulless, which makes sense. But there's ways that real people are giving it soul. And I mean, I don't want to really hear like a perfect voice or an imperfect, perfect voice or some kind of imitation. I want to hear about real humans. I'm in the real human movement. But I know AI is going to be integrating in everything. So that's my day-to-day, living with the family, being present as much as I can, being a dad, and then building these systems and managing production teams for podcasts. So it's a lot of fun, but it's something I never share online, or I never share that stuff online. So that's just one question, and I was going to run through more. So here's what I'm building long term. So long term, One World to Share is a platform that I created to share this type of stuff, to share what I've learned, to share what I've done, share what I'm creating, and then also help people share their own stories. And that's what I've done with UpFire too. And I've worked through One World with UpFire to help people share a bunch of different things. But it's kind of been branded under UpFire in my friend's business. But that's the mission of One World to Share, is to help people share and encourage people to share. And I think right now specifically it's sharing to inspire future generations, especially like my kids, to do, what they, share with, to inspire my kids to do what they want, do what they love. And really, I want to inspire everyone to kind of just do that, because I think that that's what this AI revolution is going to be about. It's going to be, sure, we'll have a lot of stuff that AI can take care of, and I want it to take care of the things that we don't want to take care of. And we bring what we want most to share forward. And that's what One World to Share is really building long term, is to help people share their love, and then also share what I've learned to make my own life better, because I'm so grateful, and I've done a lot to make my own life better, and I just haven't shared it. But building long term with Baker Explosion, Baker Explosion has probably 50 songs, so we're working on recording and finishing right now, and we'll be dropping parts of songs on TikTok, and I'm looking to record several little music videos and just get the music that we've created, the authentic music. This is music not generated by AI. were created by AI. So just doing that. Also with my AI clone, building an AI clone. I recently online, there was Tony Robbins had an AI event. So I went into that event, and they were talking about an AI clone. A lot of people were talking about an AI clone, and I've built my own GPTs and built GPTs for certain reasons and things like that, and create my own folders and my own chats and give them my own direction and stuff like that. But it was interesting to think about an AI clone and how I would use it. So I'm going to start building an AI clone. So maybe I'll use it. I kind of actually want to do one of those that actually is like the video thing like this. But we'll see what happens with that. That might be fun to mess around. Maybe it'll be helpful because I'm such an introvert and like this is being challenging. But I'm actually really enjoying this chatting to the camera right now. So I might actually take my journals and record them like this because I don't know. Maybe I'll get good at this. And creative spirit and spiritual mission. So my long-term creative and spiritual mission. So I have had transformation in my life with God. And that was really what started my transformation over 10 years before even meeting my wife. I found God where I completely lost God because of my understanding of Nietzsche's God is dead nihilism that had engulfed my soul since what I turned to after I felt a darkness from Catholicism as a child. So, but I've definitely found God, and I found Jesus a lot. And then even the spiritual music, that Christian music that's coming out now, I'm getting super inspired by. So I'm not really sure long term what that's going to look like, but I feel that everything that I've done and a lot of the music that I create is spiritual in nature, but it's not Christian. So what's hard right now is just scheduling time. Like I'm having a hard time trying to do everything. I know Tony Robbins says people overestimate what they can do in a short time and underestimate what they can do over a long period of time. So I tend to do that all the time. SMART goals are hard. I'm trying to gain consistency, scheduling, like using my actual calendar and putting in things that I'm doing every single minute. I'm also, the one really great thing to do too is to do a time audit. So a time audit is just tracking every single minute of you could do 30-minute blocks, just 30-minute block of what you do every single day for a week. And then once you have that data, enter it into an AI and ask it, what is can you analyze this? Tell me what I'm doing, how I can improve. And then especially if you're using a clone like what I'm building, or the AI has learned who you are after so much information that you had provided it, it can then kind of analyze that data and let you understand like what am I doing that I need to like stop doing, or what am I spending too much time on? What can I have AI help me with in certain aspects of all of this? So that's just something I'm really just trying to understand too. So that's been challenging. I also came off of 69-hour fast. And I mean, I broke my fast about 24 hours ago. And I know I've had this fog, but it was so interesting because I was still working and doing all the things that I needed to accomplish and all that stuff. But I definitely had some kind of brain fog, and it almost felt like I was tripping or I was high or something. It was just such an interesting thing. And then I look back and yeah, that's why I feel like it was almost a trip, because it was just a blur almost. So every quarter I like to do a 3-day fast, and I'm going to schedule the next one for January. So people who want to join the 3-day fast with me, we can do it together. It's a lot easier to do a long fast with others. So I'll probably put that date out, but man, it was trippy. It was great, but it's like be ready to just have possibly a lot of fog and maybe gain some clarity, but I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. I would say try it out. I think it's great. I'm going to do it every quarter. I already have one person, one of my really great friends. We do it together, so we'll do it again in January every quarter. So I can't explain it, man. It's really great, but it's challenging. And 24 hours, I'm still feeling it. They say up to 48 hours, you still feel something, so that's interesting. I also have a lot of projects, so it's really hard for me. SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic. Realistic is my hard thing, but that's where I come back to that Tony Robbins. People underestimate what they can do in 90 days, or overestimate what they could do in 30 days and underestimate what they could do in 10 years. So that's what I'm really working with. And I have a lot of projects. I mean, I love this stuff, but it's sometimes hard when I'm working on so many different projects. But it's amazing, and I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't change it for anything because it's amazing, and I feel blessed. And then with this thing, it's just trying to find authenticity with posting. And I don't know, I feel like I've shared part of myself with social media, but just not my full part, not all of this, not who I am. We'll see how far this goes. Maybe I'll try and do this again, do this a couple times and see what happens, and maybe I'll have something. But I really only made it to number 4 here, or no, number 3. Ended on authenticity, so maybe I'll start with authenticity as well next time. Later.